I'm Deanna from thriftingdenver.org, and I'm going to show you how to put together a tablescape out of all Goodwill items. And I picked a tablescape that works for me, that's versatile, that can be used for Christmas, Hanukkah, right on into New Year's. My centerpiece is going to be a sled I found at Goodwill. I paid $9.99 for it. And then I wanted a really rustic Colorado Christmas winter feeling, so I picked up, I think it's a candle holder, I don't know, I'm going to use it for something else, for $5, this pine cone. These I found these vintage snowball ornaments last year at Goodwill. I just kept them. And I have found menorahs from Goodwill, brass candlesticks, champagne buckets, and these great cocoa pots that are vintage. What I've done here is I put together a basic tablescape that I can use for 4 different occasions. The first occasion that I have it set up for is a little hot chocolate bar. You could do a coffee bar or any little get-together for your friends, your neighbors. We have these chocolate pots from Goodwill. This one happens to be $5, but you can find all different kinds of chocolate pots there, or just any kind of hot chocolate. What I have is little serving pieces from Goodwill. I went with a rustic theme because I think it looks really cute, and I have that Colorado thing going on that I like. So everything here is from Goodwill. The dishes, the sleigh, the little vintage Christmas balls, these little pine cone candles I found, and if I found enough of them I would make a little menorah out of them, but there weren't enough, so I put them in these little glass canisters so we don't burn the house down. But these are simple dishes from Goodwill. Every Goodwill has so many different items, and they're all going to be different each Goodwill you go to. So you have to go often, but when you put all of this together, I think it looks really, really cute. So this is my hot chocolate bar. Next, we're going to put together a Hanukkah. Sometimes it can be tricky to find Hanukkah items, but I have found plenty of Hanukkah items at Goodwill. I found menorahs, I have found candles. You just have to look. And all I did with this tablescape is I just went from hot chocolate party, changed the colors a little bit, and went right into Hanukkah. Traditionally, Hanukkah you eat fried foods, and so we have the same little donuts we had before on our tray, and traditionally Hanukkah colors are blue and silver, but you don't have to be traditional at all. You can do whatever you want. But we found some Hanukkah candy, just different kinds of Hanukkah candy. You can find it at the grocery store if you look really hard. My son made this beautiful rustic menorah, which is what we're going for, kind of a rustic Hanukkah. So just look. You could be really surprised what you can find at Goodwill, but you really have to look. Hanukkah and Christmas actually come together at the same time this year, and we don't have that every year, but it's kind of nice to have both. So I found these great little Santa mugs. They're all a little bit different, and they're really collectible, and they're from the 50s, and they were $1 a piece. So I'm just adding a few touches of Santa, a few more touches of red, but we can still go with the donuts. We just added some candy canes. I put together some cute favors of just hot chocolate mix and marshmallows, but I put them in these cute little containers, and it has a little Star of David, which I thought was cute because it can go either way, Christmas or Hanukkah. But I found this Spode teapot at Goodwill, and it was $4, but it retails for $300. So you can find really high-end items at Goodwill. You can find vintage items at Goodwill. You can find just utilitarian items at Goodwill. A sled, just go see what you can find and then put a tablescape together just out of the things that you have found. You can save yourself a lot of money if you buy your items at Goodwill. I have a great idea if you're hosting a bunch of events in December. Just keep the same tablescape and invite different people, and no one will ever know that you're just reusing and reusing. Ooh. Okay, so our last event we're hosting is New Year's Eve party, and instead of doing a sit-down dinner, I think it's just easier to do hors d'oeuvres and just kind of a more casual look so that we can keep, instead of setting the whole table, we can just stack the plates on the side. But I'm still using my same Goodwill plates that I've used for Christmas and Hanukkah and my other parties. I've added some little throwaway champagne flutes for $1.99 that I found at Goodwill. And last year I was lucky enough to look throughout the year for vintage champagne glasses, so I'll use these for the adults. So just bring out all of your Goodwill items that you've used over and over. Just switch it up a tiny bit, but keep your basic tablescape the same. And this time I just added some clocks that I've been collecting because it's New Year's, party hats that I found at Goodwill last year I used for my last year's party, but we can use them again for this year. And then this year in our Parker store, I found an entire bag of really colorful hats for $5. So these would be great to use for the kids. And you can add your champagne buckets that show up at Goodwill all the time. I happen to collect them. So really you can go to Goodwill, find amazing things, put together all your December holidays, and have a great time. Cheers!